Guten Morgen, muchachos. Welcome back to Football Digest Daily. A fantastic one this beautiful Thursday morning. Especially if you're an Arsenal fan. If you're a Tottenham fan, this is one of the worst you'll ever have. I'm saying that because news broke out yesterday at night. Actually, almost midnight here in Nairobi, that Arsenal had hijacked Tottenham's deal for Eberechi Eze. God damn. I'm going to be honest with you. I was actually having a show. Of course, I was doing the Extra Time show on Sport FM when this was breaking out. And I was going crazy. Because first of all week, for the last almost 10 days, it's been reported that Spurs are close to agreeing a deal with Crystal Palace for Eberechi Eze. In fact, it was reported that they had offered, I think, 55 million. Hold on. Let me just put this correctly. They had offered 55 million, I think, in a total package worth 60 million. For Eberechi Eze. It was reported yesterday in the morning that Eze is open to joining Spurs and is okay with the deal. And then at night, bro, I think around 9 p.m. Around 9 p.m. in Kenyan time, news broke out that Arsenal have made a move for Eberechi Eze. I'm like, God damn. And you know, Eberechi Eze is a person that is a player that Arsenal has been interested in for a minute. Is a player that Arsenal fans have been urging Arsenal, come on, man, sign this guy. You gotta do something. Sign the man, though. Oi, he's finally coming to the goddamn Emirates, man. Oi, I didn't know hijacking a deal is this sweet. Goddamn. Is this how Chelsea fell to Mudryk? You know, when they hijacked that deal then, they were thinking they're going to be getting a baller. Well, it really turned out ugly for them. But damn, this is fantastic. Chronology of this Eberechi Eze is quite interesting. Early on, Arsenal were interested in Eberechi Eze. All right, and I'll tell you why this is not exactly a hijacking. Eze, of course, Arsenal were interested in Eberechi Eze early on. So much so that, okay, first of all, it was Spurs who were interested. Right? Then they had this interest from Arsenal. They left Eberechi Eze. They went and signed Mohamed Kudus. So the Eberechi Eze interest from Arsenal kind of waned off. You know, when we extended this for likes of Nwaneri and all that, man, I don't know why it waned off. Then, of course, Spurs incurred an injury, courtesy of Madison, right? And then they are now looking for someone else. And they went back to Eberechi Eze. And it was reported that, Spurs have come back in a deal. They are agreeing on add-ons. They are pulling each other's legs. Crystal Palace are playing hardball with the amount of money they want paid up front. You know, those kind of deals. Those are the kind of things they're haggling over. All right? And then Arsenal suffer an injury of Kai Havertz. He's out. We don't know for how long. All right? And of course, this may be necessary, the urgency from Arsenal to make this deal happen. But it wasn't necessarily necessitated by Kai Havertz, because it was reported, I was reading The Independent this morning by Miguel Delany, or Delany, I hope that's how his name is pronounced. He was saying that Arsenal actually had a verbal agreement with Crystal Palace. We agreed in principle to have a 50 million plus 10 million add-ons deal on 10th of August. That was a week before the Premier League began. That's when we agreed with Crystal Palace. But since that point in time to yesterday, we were stalling. There was no information. There was no development. It was seeming like Arsenal are not really going to make this happen. And Crystal Palace or Eberechi Eze were holding on, waiting. All right? They had agreed a deal with Tottenham worth 55 million, and I think 5 million add-ons as packages, as a whole package to get to like 60 million. Then Wednesday morning comes in, Arsenal comes in, they tell Eberechi Eze like, yo, we're going to sign you. Crystal Palace, yo, cut that deal with those scams. They offered a 60 million pounds with an add-ons worth 7.5, basically 67.5 million pounds. That's exactly his release clause. Because early on it was reported that Arsenal are not willing to pay that 68 million pounds release clause. We are not willing to meet it. We want to agree something around 60 mic. You understand? But now we came back in and 67.5 million pounds is the final deal that you have struck with Crystal Palace. Bro, I'm going to be honest. How we were able to keep the agreement we did on 10th August silent and quiet and under wraps? Amazing. I don't know how we did it, because those news leak out very fast. This one has all the makings of a modern day Sol Campbell. You remember when Sol Campbell came out of the blues and then was presented in a news conference, in a press conference by Arsene Wenger? This is exactly how it feels. Because nobody knew that Arsenal had agreed a deal in principle with Crystal Palace on 10th of August. Nobody knew. That news broke out yesterday. Nobody knew that Arsenal were going back for Eberechi Eze. Nobody. Ilikuwa tu ile a proper bomber. Chief, I'm telling you, man, as an Arsenal fan, this is what the doctor ordered for me. This is what the doctor ordered for me. Again, it goes to show Spurs forever in our fucking shadows, bro. Always and forever. And when you're big, bro. When you're small, you're fucking small. And that's what Spurs are. Goddamn small. And it's crazy. Like, you know, yesterday in the morning, during the day, it was reported that Eberechi Eze is joining Spurs because Spurs and Crystal Palace has agreed a deal in principle. During the day. In the evening, Uko, because it was nighttime here, it was reported that Crystal Palace have agreed a deal with Arsenal because Arsenal has made a move for Eberechi Eze, bro. In a day. And I'm telling you, the tears I have drank on Twitter some of the sweetest I will ever drink. I don't know if they are sweeter than what I was drinking on Sunday when Manchester United fans were crying. I don't know, man. And just like Manchester United on Sunday, Spurs tried their best. They offered a good package. Was 60. They tried their best, but ultimately, they collected an L. Not gonna lie, guys. This one is really sweet. Extremely sweet. I feel like I'm having a sugar rush right now, and it's just in the morning. It's fantastic, man. It's fantastic. You absolutely love to see it. Eberechi Eze coming to the Arsenal. We've been crying out for that. He's bringing something different. He's a maverick. He's a guy who can create something out of nowhere. He's a guy who likes shooting from outside the box. And nobody had more shots per game outside the box last season than Eberechi Eze in the whole of the goddamn Premier League. He used to have at least 2 shots per game outside the box. Buddha. Oi. Eberechi Eze is a bad man. And we're going to cook right now. Now, we don't know. Of course, maybe he would most probably be playing on the left wing. Because he's a different prospect altogether. It was also reported earlier on Arsenal does not see him as a winger. So maybe that's why they're dilly-dallying and all that shebang. But now it's over. And I can't wait to see what guys like Expression Oozing are going to say about this. Because goddamn. The meltdown on Twitter. Legendary stuff, bruv. Legendary. You cannot make this shit up. I swear down. You cannot make it up. So now we'll be looking at the attacking front line for Arsenal of Saka, Gyökeres, Eberechi Eze. Go there, Go there, Kaiwangi Dhaka. We got cook. That one is scary, but not for us. And that's exactly why I love this, man. And let me give you some stats about Eze just to know exactly who we are signing, because he's been cooking at Crystal Palace, not gonna lie. He was their, I don't know who was their player of the season last season. Could be him or Mateta. Easily. But he absolutely kicked ass last season. Of course, he helped Spurs. He helped Crystal Palace win the FA Cup. He was also key when they won the Community Shield. Absolutely lovely stuff. Last season, Eberechi Eze played 34 matches in the Prem. He had 8 goals and 8 assists, 16 GNA. If he was playing for Arsenal, he would be the second top scorer. In 23-24 season, he played 27 matches in the Premier League. He had 11 goals and 4 assists. In the season before that, that's 22-23 season, Eberechi Eze had 10 goals and 4 assists. Basically, since 22-23, he has had 14 GNA. 23-24, he had 15 GNA. 24-25, he had 16 GNA. 14, 15, 16. Put him on Arsenal. This season, he might just have 17 GNA. We're talking maybe 8 goals and 9 assists, or 9 goals and 8 assists, or maybe even more. One thing is for sure, he always has double digits as far as goal contributions is concerned. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. And I'm feeling buoyed, man. Like, just bring on this goddamn. I don't give a damn if Isak joins Liverpool. They can buy him for whatever they want. This is really sweet, guys. Not gonna lie. It's extremely sweet. I love it. Spurs, forever in our shadow. When you tell you are a small club to us, you are small. And now, if you ever had any doubt about that, this one has just confirmed it, because we've just signed Eberechi Eze under your goddamn. We have just pulled. What did they say? They have pulled a rug under us. Yeah, let me see. Is that what they say? Because I feel like that's exactly what we have done. We have gone in, signed Eberechi Eze, and shown a middle finger to Spurs like the jabronis they are, and that's the bottom line, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Well, for you who is watching this, there's only one thing left to do. subscribe to the channel. Let me see. Pulled a rug. Pull a rug out from under you is to suddenly and unexpectedly withdraw support or assistance from someone, causing them to lose their footing. Yes. So we've pulled a rug out from Spurs, under Spurs. That's exactly what you have done for this one. Absolutely love it. Welcome to the Arsenal Eze, who's an Arsenal fan, who was released by Arsenal when he was 13 years old, was rejected by Millwall, was rejected by Reading, finally found his way to Crystal Palace, found his way back to the Premier League, won the FA Cup, won the Community Shield. Now he's playing in the Champions League next season. That's what we call an all-round story. His homecoming would be bigger than Beyonce's, and that's the bottom line, and you can take that to the Guardian Bank. Only one thing left to do now, for real, subscribe to the channel.